Spain is known for its beautiful architecture, delicious food, and passionate people. But what many do not know is that Spain has a long and rich history that dates back to ancient times. In this video, we will explore the history of Spain from the earliest human settlements to the present day. We will also discuss some of the most important events in Spanish history and the impact they have had on the country today. So sit back and relax as we take you on a journey through time to discover the fascinating history of Spain. The Iberian Peninsula, which includes modern-day Spain and Portugal, was first inhabited by humans in the Paleolithic era. The earliest evidence of human activity in the region dates back to around 35,000 years ago when nomadic hunter-gatherer groups lived there. These early inhabitants were likely small-scale nomadic groups who traveled throughout the peninsula following herds of animals to hunt and gather food. During the Neolithic period, which began around 4500 BC, these groups began to settle down and practice agriculture. This led to the development of villages and small settlements. One of the earliest known settlements in Spain is the village of El Argar, located in southeastern Spain. It dates back to around 2200 BC and was likely inhabited by farmers and herders. During the Bronze Age, which began around 2200 BC, more settlements began to pop up across the Iberian Peninsula. These settlements grew in size and complexity, and some even developed into small cities. One of the most notable cities was Emporiae, located in what is now southern Spain. It was founded by Phoenician merchants in the 8th century BC and became an important center for trade and commerce. During the Iron Age, which began around 700 BC, the Celtiberians and the Carthaginians arrived in the Iberian Peninsula. The Celtiberians were a group of people who migrated from Central Europe and settled in the interior of the peninsula. They were known for their skill in metalworking and their warrior culture. Meanwhile, the Carthaginians were a Phoenician colony from North Africa, and they established a major presence on the eastern coast of the peninsula. They were known for their navy and their ability to project power into the Mediterranean Sea. Both the Celtiberians and Carthaginians were eventually conquered by the Romans. The Roman conquest of Spain began in the 3rd century BC when Rome was at war with Carthage. The Romans were able to take advantage of the rivalry between the Celtiberians and Carthaginians to defeat them one by one. By the 1st century BC, Spain was a fully incorporated part of the Roman Empire. Roman rule brought with it a new language, Latin, and a new religion, Christianity. Latin eventually evolved into Spanish, and Christianity became the dominant religion in Spain. During the early Middle Ages, Spain was ruled by the Visigoths, a Germanic people who had migrated to the Iberian Peninsula in the 5th century AD. However, in the 710s, the Umayyad Caliphate from North Africa conquered most of the peninsula and established the Emirate of Cordoba. This period of Muslim rule lasted for several centuries and had a profound impact on Spanish culture and society. The Moors, as the Muslims were known in Spain, built great cities, developed irrigation systems, and made advancements in science, mathematics, and philosophy. However, the Christian kingdoms of Asturias, León, and Castile resisted Muslim rule and slowly began to reclaim territory. In 1095, Pope Urban II called for the Reconquista, or reconquest of Spain from the Muslims. This led to a series of wars that lasted for several centuries. Finally, in 1492, the Catholic kings Ferdinand and Isabella conquered the Emirate of Granada, completing the Reconquista. With the Catholic monarchs now in power, Spain began to undergo a period of change and growth. The Spanish Inquisition was established in 1478 to ensure that all Spaniards were practicing Catholics. The Spanish began to explore and conquer new territories outside of Europe, including the Americas, the Philippines, and parts of Africa. This period of exploration and conquest is known as the Spanish Golden Age. During this time, Spain became one of the most powerful and wealthy countries in the world. However, the Golden Age did not last forever. In the early 1600s, Spain began to decline economically and militarily. This was due to a variety of factors, including overspending on exploration and war, inflation, and the loss of wealth in the Americas. Despite this, Spain continued to hold on to its empire until the end of the 18th century, when it was finally dissolved. In the 19th century, Spain experienced a period of instability and conflict. In 1808, Napoleon invaded Spain and deposed the Spanish monarchy. This led to a war of independence that lasted for 6 years. Spain was finally able to defeat Napoleon and restore the monarchy in 1814. However, the country was deeply divided, and there were a number of regional conflicts and rebellions. This period of instability culminated in the Spanish-American War of 1898, in which Spain lost its remaining colonies in the Americas. The war was a humiliating defeat for Spain, and it led to a period of introspection and reform. In the 20th century, Spain experienced both tragedy and triumph. In 1936, a civil war broke out in the country between the Republicans and the Nationalists, led by General Francisco Franco. The Nationalists won the war in 1939, and Franco became the dictator of Spain. He ruled the country for the next 36 years. During his dictatorship, Spain became increasingly isolated from the rest of Europe. However, in the 1950s, Spain began to recover economically, and it was admitted to the United Nations in 1955. After Franco's death in 1975, Spain began to transition to democracy. A new constitution was adopted in 1978, and Spain held its first democratic elections in 1979. Since then, Spain has become one of the most stable and prosperous countries in Europe. It is a member of the European Union and the Eurozone, and it has a strong economy and high standard of living. Today, Spain is a vibrant and diverse country. It is home to a rich variety of cultures, languages, and traditions. The Spanish people are known for their passion, energy, and love of life. They are also known for their delicious cuisine, which includes a variety of dishes such as paella, gazpacho, and tapas. Spain is also home to some of the most beautiful architecture in the world, including the Sagrada Familia in Barcelona and the Royal Palace of Madrid. The country's rich history and culture make it a popular destination for tourists from all over the world. Despite its many accomplishments, Spain still faces challenges today. The country has a high level of unemployment, and it has been affected by the global economic crisis. However, the Spanish people are resilient, and they are working hard to overcome these challenges. With its rich history, vibrant culture, and beautiful architecture, Spain is a country that is full of potential. As it continues to grow and develop, it will no doubt face new challenges. But the Spanish people are up to the task. They have a long and proud history, and they are determined to make Spain the best it can be. We hope you enjoyed learning about the history of Spain. If you did, please leave us a like and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you for watching.